Okay, this is a quick review of the layers of the Earth. And when we're talking about the layers of the Earth, we're going to talk about the layers of the Earth in two different types. We will be talking about the physical and the chemical. And when we're talking about the physical and the chemical, the one thing that we need to understand is that these layers are going to overlap. And if you just Google layers of the Earth, you're not going to get the answers the way that I'm going to explain them. And that is because some of the times they overlap and some people just break them up differently. But for eighth grade Earth Science, we are going to be taking a look at breaking them up in physical and chemical. And let's start off with the chemical. So if we have the Earth, and once again, I understand, or hopefully you understand, that my artistic ability is lacking. So when we take a look at chemical, we take a look at it with three layers. And these layers came about because at one point in time, the Earth was all molten. And with the Earth being molten, the more dense materials, and in essence, elements, were pulled towards the middle of the Earth. So this is our core. And our core is made up of the most dense things like iron and nickel. So our innermost layer is going to be the core, and our outermost layer is going to be the crust. And this is not drawn to scale. So the crust is going to be the least dense, and it's going to be solid. And then the middle layer is going to be the mantle. So we have the crust, mantle, core. And those are going to be for our chemical layers. As you go down, it is going to become more dense. Okay. That is chemical layers. If we take a look at our physical layers, and this is broken up into more layers, and I'm going to try doing it this way this time. On the very most outer part, we have the lithosphere. Okay, so the lithosphere is the very most outer part. And this is going to be the crust, the continent, or I'm sorry, the tectonic plates, not the crust. The crust is going to be made up of all of the lithosphere and a little bit of the asthenosphere. Asthenosphere. So the lithosphere is going to be solid. The asthenosphere is going to be liquid. And once again, in all my videos, I put the word ish or kind of after it because it's not liquid like water. It's liquid like maybe silly putty, or molasses or honey or something like that. So we have the lithosphere, the asthenosphere, then we have the mesosphere. And this is going to be solid-ish. Now, it's not going to be as solid as the lithosphere, but it's going to be more solid than the asthenosphere. So we have the lithosphere, the asthenosphere, the mesosphere, and if you watch my video, I call it lamb without the B. I don't know. It's just some stupid thing. And then we have the core, which is the same concept of the core when we're talking about it chemically, but the core is broken up into two parts. We have the outer core and we have the inner core. And the outer core is liquid. The outer core is liquid and the inner core is solid. And that iron and nickel is just so hot that it's molten, and the inner core is solid just because the pressure is so great that those molecules are shoved together and it acts like a solid. But because the temperature is high, but because the pressure is even higher, it's going to act like a solid. So physical layers, lithosphere, asthenosphere, mesosphere, outer core, inner core. And if we take a look at the chemical layers, I'm trying to figure out that button right there. Oops, not that button. I don't know what I did there. I'm sorry. Chemical layers are going to be the crust, mantle, core. Sorry about my little snafu there, but you have yourself a great day. Good luck on the quiz.